I just love hot takes.
I should do the word association thing as well. Yeah, people do that, word association.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
What's that?
The word association stuff?
Oh,
Like you say a word and then you say the first thing that comes up to your mind.
Gumshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. That was a good one.
oh, fuck, man. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 8 of The Hunt. Today I am joined by my host as always, Benny Roberts. We have two special guests here on today in the form of James Lee and Zach Torrevillas. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Torrevillas.
Torrevillas.
I said it right the first time.
Torrevillas.
All right, so the boys have come all the way down from Sydney, not to do a podcast, but to get some deadlift keys because James needs it.
Let's be real.
But we thought it would be good just to do a podcast because obviously with the amount of controversy that was being thrown around during the 2022 Nationals, we thought would calm the smoke with a friendly podcast here, mate. So appreciate you guys coming down.
Yeah, that's all good. Anytime, man.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, just hold it close, yeah. All right, so to get things started, we all have to wake up a bit. We had some coffee downstairs from the man himself, Drop Bear Coffee. Be sure to get some beans that can be sent out to you through the website at dropbearcoffee.com.au. You can use the code SHARD10 at checkout. That's a capital SHARD, and you can save up to 10%. But we've got a further bit of wakening up in the form of some local suppliers in the nose bleach. All right, boys?
You have to do this.
To wake up.
Shit.
Take ammonia over it.
You don't take ammonia. Watch Benny do it. No, do it
Yeah.
again.
Rough. Oh.
You pretty much like, it was like a salt shaker. You were like doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like just the initial whiff was like enough for me.
So you don't do ammonia at all?
No, I don't even do like pre-workout.
Really? Well, coffee. Yeah, you had a coffee.
Coffee, but that's just for taste.
For taste.
Yeah.
To be nice, I offered you something. You thought, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, pre-workout's too much. I just
much.
get jittery. Not jittery, but like I just feel lazy.
Do you find that you can't sleep if you take too much caffeine?
Yeah, it's extremely caffeine sensitive, so.
But it doesn't have any positive effect to your training.
Not really.
Not really.
Coffee is literally just an excuse for social stuff.
It's a culture.
Yeah.
What about you, Zach? You slim caffeine?
I
I see you up on those league lobbies every night, mate. You take some caffeine.
Nah, not really. I'm not a coffee drinker. I only have like a bit of like pre-workout before like main squat sessions. That's what really just carries me through.
Yeah.
I don't even have it before like primary deadlift sometimes.
Yeah.
I just jump in.
Yeah.
Like everything's up here.
Actually, I will say this. Do you blokes think that squatting's more fatiguing than deadlifting?
For me, yes.
I think, yeah, like generally, like it's all about like your anatomy, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, I have super short femurs, so I can handle a lot of volume and like I don't get as fatigued.
Yeah.
But for other people, that
Yeah.
might not be the case.
Yeah. So do you get more fatigued though when you squat compared to your deadlift?
Oh, fuck no.
You don't? Yeah, okay.
Squat's so chill. Like,
Yeah.
I can run
this
like
guy.
10s and I'll be fine. I'll be fresh the next day.
Yeah.
But I imagine like the absolute load of a deadlift would fatigue you more.
Yeah.
Like especially you, right?
Systemically.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Zach, to be honest. I feel like I get smoked by squats. Yeah, and that seems to be the thing that affects me the most opposed to my deadlift. But like you said, James, it comes down to just basically your leverages and your anatomy and then I guess how that carries you through rep to rep. So it makes sense that you do, like 12s in your program?
Yeah, 12s,
Yeah.
10s, yeah.
Is that your tertiary day and that's how high it gets, or?
That's like a secondary day, but
Yep.
I treat it as a primary.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah.
Every day's a primary, eh?
Yeah, pretty much.
every day.
Whatever it takes.
Primary,
That's it.
secondary, tertiary, such a meme. Just try hard every session.
Yeah. Let's go.
That's good. Okay, so we'll get things off with an intro. Like, we just basically want to know where you blokes have come from. So we'll start with the oldest, Zach. Mate, what what has made up the Zach that he is today? Where have you come from? What have you done? How did you get into the industry?
So pretty much, I just started training like at the gym with one of my mates. Shout out to Shahan, by the way. It was like 7 years ago now. Pretty much just jumped into powerlifting straight away. Like I think the first session I did, I was like doing sumo deadlift straight away. Like, and I haven't looked back since. Like it's crazy. Yeah, like I've never really run convention. I haven't run conventional at a comp ever. Only sumo my entire life pretty much. But he got me into the gym, and then we worked up to our first novice comp together, end of like 2016. Since then, have been competing in powerlifting at like novice level, and then did a couple of years in GPC, so doing a bit of knee wrap stuff, deadlift bar, whatever. And then just the past year, 2022, is just APU, and just fully committing to that.
Yeah.
And then only really started coaching for powerlifting the past 2 years. But before that, I was like a full-time piano teacher. So it's like very different lifestyle for me back then when I wasn't taking powerlifting as seriously.
Yeah.
But now, now I'm fully invested, like coaching.
Yep.
All I think about is the gym, training, how to get better.
And League of Legends.
And League of Legends now, yeah, with the rest of the powerlifting boys. That's it.
Sick. So you were an athlete before you were a coach?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
That you were a piano teacher before you were an athlete?
Yeah, pretty much. I started piano teaching probably about the same time I started competing in sanctioned GPC comps.
Yeah.
But like doing novice comps in the past was just like, it's like whatever, it was fun. I didn't think I was going to take it that seriously.
And how did it feel slapping those fingers on the ivory, knowing that you full well just did hook grip?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a beating for a while, and then eventually I just got used to it. Like a lot of my morning sessions back in the day used to be like squat and deadlift on the same day, and like my forearms would be fried, and then I'd have to like go to uni and like play piano for like a class or something, or like go to like work as a piano teacher and then do demo stuff, and my hands would be fried, but I just put up with it. Yeah.
I thought you said fans for a sec.
Nah, my hands. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you went to uni. Do you have a degree or have you studied before?
Nah, so I was studying music at uni for 3 years at UNSW, and then at the start of my fourth year, I was like, I'll just defer because I want to focus on work.
Yep.
And then that turned into me focusing on training.
Yep.
And then I didn't go back to uni after that. So like I'm still deferred, but they haven't followed me up on it. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
So you're still a student technically?
I think I'm still technically a student.
You can apply for the cheaper fare rates on buses.
Yeah, I probably could. Yeah. I just have to go into uni and renew my stuff, but I'm not bothered. Yeah.
No, sick. So what do you think has developed? Because if I think piano, I think Beethoven and like all the symphonies and that. But what's developed your love for hardstyle?
Friends, and they're just them dragging me along to the festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like I don't know. I think the main difference for me is like with all the classic piano I was playing like as a kid, and then like through uni, it was like very complex. But then I just like the simplicity of like loud noise at a certain level. And then the faster it is, the better it is. So there you go.
That's good. That's good. Righto. And I guess James, same as you, mate. Where have you come from? Obviously, like I know you don't coach, I guess formally, but you do have a younger brother.
Oh, I have cousins. I coach.
Cousins? Yeah.
Yeah, because they weren't running very structured programs, so I just thought I'd offer them a hand.
That's mad.
And just teach them the ropes.
Are they also like within Western Sydney as well?
Yeah. So we all live pretty close with each other. We all train together.
Yep.
It makes for a great environment.
Yep.
Because I guess I just have to like lead by example.
Yep.
Not fuck around when I'm in front of him.
Yep.
Which I usually do most of the time anyway. But just also like ingraining in them like the sort of, I guess like competitive mentality from a very young age.
Yeah.
It's like in Australia, like we're not really raised to compete like in strength sports, especially if you look at school, everything is just like cardio based, like athletics, cross country, swimming, and that's just like a very big gripe I have with like young people starting out in sport. Why not get into strength sports really early, develop really early on, and have like really good potential when they're like juniors.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that segues into my first question, where like we want to talk about your origins, of course, because we've listened to Zach's. But when for yourself, like being as competitive as you are and being this role model for your cousins and such, was there a sport, I guess, that brought you earlier on into that sort of mentality, or was it just powerlifting?
Oh, so in school I was never really good at sports. Like last pick for every sport I played, and I didn't really enjoy being in a team environment because I felt like people who were naturally better than me, had all the game time. I was like, fuck it, like I need to do something for myself. And at the time, I was trying to attract a girl, and she was really cute. So I was like, you know, I have to get my body up and just have to hit the gym.
Fuck yeah.
So I went into the gym, and like the first time I ever like, the most significant PR I had was like an 80-kilo squat, right? Like 2 weeks into the gym, and I was like, fuck, this makes me feel so amazing. Like all of that dopamine rushing afterwards was so like, it felt so good. Yeah, and I was like, fuck, I just like lifting heavy weight. And from there, I just like ran random internet programs, like the classic NSUNS 531, all of that. And I just really loved it. And from there, I just kept going. But yeah. But like part of me wishes like I started a lot earlier. That's why like I'm coaching my cousins and like people that are young that need help. Like I'll help. I'll help them.
For sure. I think well, both Benny and I and all the staff at HPC, we resonate with that quite a lot, where we love grassroots powerlifting. Like we love kids coming in 13, 14, and we love just shaping them into being the humans that I guess we wish we were earlier in life, you know what I mean? Because we understand how beneficial it is to be in the sport and to follow a program and reap the rewards, but to also compete at a high level, that also carries through with life so in so many realms, which is fantastic. And speaking of life, of which I understand you study at uni, so does your competitive outlines line up with that as well in regards to what you're studying, being a psychologist, is that right?
Like in terms of like if I apply like what I study into like training?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for the most part, like a lot of the things I've learned in uni, I apply into training. That's why like most of the time I'm pretty calm. Yeah. But I guess that's just like who I want to be. So I shape myself up and I make the decisions to like act like that. Like there are times where I have been hyped, but like at the end of the day, like it's just being calm is more consistent, less variables to control. Sure. And it's a more predictable performance outcome. So that's just how I see it. It's like in psych terms, it's like locus of control, right? Like figuring out what you can control and trying to maximize that for your performance.
So with psych, do you want to be clinical? Do you want to do sport?
So I'm an org psych.
Okay.
Yeah, so just working in organizations, working on like culture, all of that. Operationalizing stuff like human factors. To improve like productivity.
Cool. I think that's a really good take. And the one thing that I noticed, particularly at nationals, was like, despite all the hype and I guess energy that was being created online, really at the back it was just a bunch of goofing around, wasn't it? Like there was not much, I guess, like intensity about what was being presented online. We're basically like having a laugh and I guess dragging out what was made up to be on social media. So I think I understand fully like what you mean by being able to control, being calm and collected rather than just being so, I guess, emotional about the entire process. And I think that's what makes you such a good athlete, because you can control that. And it's something that I'm still trying to develop in my own practice as well, is figuring out what gets me, I guess, to that pinnacle of performance, which I'm still trying to figure out. But it's cool that at such a young age, you've been able to find exactly what works for you, because a lot of people don't exactly know just yet, which I think is really interesting. Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, like all the work that leads up to a comp should have been done before. So if you rock up on the day and you're relying on something else, like...
It'll be their comp day.
Yeah, it'll be... Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, no, like it should have been there every session you were doing beforehand. Like every set, every rep, it should have been there. It just... Yeah.
That's good. So many juniors don't know that. And I think a lot of people can take that very positively. So that's good keys, bro. Very good. Okay, so I guess when it comes to being at the gym and training where you are, like James already touched on the fact that he's got cousins and stuff where he's building this, I guess, community in Western Sydney where he's trying to be a role model for them. But for here, we also have a similar, I guess, approach with our coaches where like we try and guide our athletes and our members along the right way, because we love to be community centered. So in Sydney, how important is it to be community centered at your gyms? Because I understand you guys train at a number of gyms.
So my home gym being Breakthrough, like I think the big powerlifting culture there is like, so for those of you who don't know, like Breakthrough, right? It's a really big gym, but it's got like a bunch of different sections. So like there's the powerlifting section in the middle. There's like a CrossFit class section that gets used like here and there on and off throughout the day. Then there's a separate like bodybuilding section where bodybuilding is just like all the accessory machines and stuff like that. So there's different memberships for all of those. So there's different types of people that are coming in and out. And then there's also Uplift Gym, which is a weightlifting gym, and they sublet out of Breakthrough as well. So it's like 4 different almost like like weight sport kind of things going around. It's like crazy.
Biggest gym in New South Wales, apparently.
Yeah, biggest gym in New South Wales. Yeah, it is, mate. Space-wise, yeah, space-wise. But in terms of like the powerlifting community itself at Breakthrough, I think it's just really important. Like, last year when everyone was like prepping for states and nationals together, it was just like a really big push for everyone to work towards a common goal. And I think that was the beauty of training at their gym, where day in, day out, you're seeing the same people that are like trying to do their best, like either hit a podium or just like go there to nationals, have fun, get the experience, and then enjoy like the accomplishments that everyone was getting out of that. Yeah. And I think with that Breakthrough, we try and do our best to have like the best athletes there. So always trying to like bring new people on, trying to get like more people just like come in for casual visits, trying to eventually get them to sign up. But with the space that the gym has, I think that's what really adds to the culture and the community of the gym, because there's so much room for people to actually train, and not have it be at like smaller. I always liked training at a smaller gym because I felt like I could talk to everyone. At Breakthrough, it's hard because there's so many other people that you don't really know. But when we have our own powerlifting space, it really feels like we're like just a really big family, and we all work really well together. Yeah.
How often or how many times have you come into the gym fatigued as nuts, and you've got a big session and you don't really want to do it, but you get there and the people get you through it? How many times has that happened?
Oh, so many times. Like during the Nats prep, so like my heaviest deadlift day of the week would always be after like a reception shift at Breakthrough. So I'd work for like 6 hours. I'd be on my feet, moving stuff around and things like that, like picking up plates, cleaning things, whatever. And then I'd have to like, it hit 6 o'clock and then I just have to switch on for deads. And I don't want to be there, but like all the other boys who were like lining up for nationals as well, open nats, like everyone was deadlifting together on the same day anyway. So we just jump in and then we just G each other up. So like, I'd be working up to something heavy. I'd be working on the same bar as Jesse. I'd be working on the same bar as like Matty B sometimes. Like anyone else that was there, like we just jump in together and like we just send it. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really good. Sweet. And James, do you train at Breakthrough as often as Zach, I guess?
No, I don't train at Breakthrough. I just train at this local gym called Omega Fit.
Yeah. And are they? Because I've only actually heard of Omega Fit in the new year, because I've noticed that more and more people are training there. So I guess why are more people training there? Is it the community? Is it the equipment?
Recently, we've been really pushing the equipment.
Yep.
So we've got a lot of gyms in the area, a lot of competitive gyms like Breakthrough. We've got other gyms with comp spec equipment. So I was like to the owner, like, what distinguishes you as a gym to attract powerlifters? And we came to the conclusion that there wasn't much to improve on except the equipment. So we got an Eleiko, and from there, like, one person joined and that person referred another person, and from them on, it's just been like ramping up in terms of members.
Yeah.
And that's what's built our culture recently. But beforehand, I mean, like, we had a very small group, a very tight-knit group, but it wasn't known as a powerlifting gym.
Sure. I was going to say, you guys would probably be the only gym in Western Sydney to have a Eleiko rack.
There's Omni.
Yeah, there's
Omni has
Omni
one.
Fitness, out in Mount Druitt. Yeah.
Yep. Shout out Raz.
Yeah, shout out Raz. That's only
City Strength.
City Strength will have a couple.
Alexandria,
Yeah, when they open up properly.
Couple, mate.
They'll have a couple.
Who else?
That's pretty much it right now in Sydney.
But it's not too accessible, City Strength.
Yeah.
So your only real options are probably Omni and what do you call
Omega.
it? Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Is Breakthrough thinking about getting some Eleiko racks or anything like that in the future? Has George slipped you the...
Oh, well, I've been egging on George to get them for like a year now. Like I told him, like same thing that James had the conversation with the Omega owners. Like, if you want to be a competitive gym and draw more powerlifters in, you have to actually like get the equipment that people are going to be using
at nationals
and like higher level up. And it's only going to get more accessible with like Eleiko producing more of these benches and combos. So more gyms will be getting them, and then more people will have to compete on them. So yeah, that's the plan there. I've told George, and then a couple other people have told George like to get like the benches in, get the combos in, because the vast majority of people that train at Breakthrough compete in APU.
Yeah.
So might as well cater to the people that compete in that Fed. Yeah.
Yep. It's like Zero Weakness on the Gold Coast. I don't know if you guys were up there when GPC was really big on Pro Raw, like back when the Arnold was the thing before COVID, but they had mono racks, like heaps. And it's only been of recent when Thomas, he's been pushing APL and they use, Alico racks. So they made the switch, and I think it's really important that, like, if you're someone from the external and you have these ambitions to go to nationals, you're not really looking at the community because, as mentioned before, it's a sole, I guess, sport where you're not part of a team. And it's not until you're inside the gym where, like, you've passed the bit of, this is nice equipment, that you actually start to notice, fuck, like, these people actually help me get through these really tough sessions. So I think, investment in, competition-specific equipment as a gym owner is really important. And we'll have an episode down the track, might get George on, might get Jacob Sofianis on from Strength Club over in Perth. Like, we're going to have a chat about basically how hard is it, to start a gym and then build yourself up to get to this point. So that's really good. Okay, we've got one more question left before we go have some Thai. What's something that you've changed in 2023 as an athlete to better yourselves by the next time Nationals comes about?
Do you want to go first? Do you have something in mind already? Okay.
Do you want me to go first? Actually, Benny. How about Benny goes first?
Benny goes first.
Yeah, because Benny, quiet as a mouse over there.
I was just letting you run.
Go up a weight class.
Go up a weight class.
Yeah.
Pager like that. Something to hold on to.
I feel like Aiden's definitely going to agree with this, but just not taking breaks.
Fuck, bro.
Oh yeah.
Have a go at this. Have a go at this.
Man, yeah. Like, so last year I went to Europe and took time off, and when I came back, I was just like shot. It was just like restarting and like gaining momentum from zero, and then going away over New Year's as well. Similar thing happened, just on a much smaller scale. But just being more consistent with that, being more consistent with my nutrition as well, just over long periods of time. Because when I do it, like, I'm quite good at it and I'm very consistent. But it's doing it all the time is what really makes the difference for me. Especially with like going away or like not dieting and not weighing in, and then like going back to the scales and being like, holy shit. That happens like a bit, but just being more consistent in those factors. Because when I'm here in training, like, everything is pretty on point. It's just like, at 365.
Yeah. To, I guess, like, follow that up, like, I will do anything in my power to fucking make sure I can get my sessions in. And I think, you see the extent that I've gone to where I've strapped an ER rack to the back of my ute and I've put 300 kilos of weight in the canopy just so I can train, no matter where it is. I'll do it at the servo. So, I think consistency is the biggest thing, and given that where you're at right now, that's all you need. Yeah. Cool. Have you thought of one yet, Zach?
That's that, man. You go.
I need to show more gumption.
Yeah.
That's my phrase, man.
Oh, is it?
I took it. But, like, obviously you didn't have the performance you wanted, and you're a very high caliber athlete. Like, what do you think led to that, and what are you going to do?
As in, what led to that result?
Yeah, like, I mean, you pulled heaps more in training, like 297, which is what you pulled, should have been like a warm-up for you, like a warming.
Yeah. I actually only really came to terms with what happened probably within the last 2 weeks when I spoke to my sports psych, Amelia. We basically came to the conclusion that I don't perform well when I put pressure on myself. And I thought that wasn't the case because I've played rugby at a high level, Oztag even, and I would love pressure in those sort of like big game moments. But fuck, it's something different about like when it's just you performing and it's all on you, and you are the one that's literally dictating like the result at the end of the day. And because I had all the balls in my court and I was the one controlling how I move and how much effort I put into stuff when it comes to going 9 for 9, I found it really hard to do it. And I think it started when I first started that Gumption series. I put all that pressure on myself to actually perform, and at the end of the day, I just didn't, and it didn't really work out the way that I thought it was going to work out for me. But I'm not blaming my performance on that. There was a number of other things where, like, I guess, like, programming probably wasn't as optimal. My recovery probably wasn't as good because I run a gym. But I've changed those things now moving forward, and right now where I'm at, where I'm having more fun with my training, I'm not being, I wouldn't say as serious, but I'm not making myself, I guess, not sleep at night because I'm thinking about, fuck, I got to win. Like I can actually like enjoy my training because I don't have that pressure on myself anymore. And I think that's so important, not to take it as serious as you probably think that you need to, because as a lot of people have probably said in the past, when you are trying to get stronger and you're trying to create those, I guess, strength adaptations, you need to be so lucky that your body's in a position to allow those adaptations to occur. And that needs to be stress-free, really kick back. You need not have a worry in the world about money, about your missus, about your life, about your rent, about anything that's going on. You need to be in a perfect situation to allow those adaptations to occur. And I really think that not having that pressure on myself is going to allow those things to eventually occur. And it just goes to show where I'm at right now with my training. I am enjoying it, and way more than what I was. And I think that a lot of it comes down to that.
Yeah, I think that along with what James was saying earlier, like, just on competition day, like all of your work's been done in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
So just enjoy what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Just facilitate it now. And then on the day, it's just when you cash in, that's it.
Yeah. Benny Nguyen's a fucking great example. You've seen how he carries on in training. Yeah. He's the exact same on comp day. Like, I feel like I was different every training session because I was just trying to, like, I had headphones in when I was training because I was like, this is what I'm going to do on comp days, so I'm going to wear headphones when I train because it's going to block out all the haters. But it didn't do shit. I felt more distracted with headphones in than having them out, or like forcing myself to sniff ammonia. You know what I mean? Like I was doing it because everyone else was doing it. Like it just wasn't me. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I've been doing this for like 6 years, and it's only just till now where I've started to realize that all these little things actually add up to the big picture.
Yeah. It sounds like you're really like detached from the outcome and just focusing on
The process.
The process, yeah. Focusing all those small things you can control in the gym, nutrition-wise, recovery-wise.
Yeah.
Which is like really ramping up your performance recently as well. Like your squat was amazing. Like, what was it? 265?
265. Thanks, brother.
Bit of a
At 6, yeah, at 6 up here.
2 kilos PR?
3, brother.
Three,
Yeah, leave you
two
short a kilo. Yeah, nah.
yeah, but pretty big PR considering over the last 2 years it's a bit flatlined.
Been flatlined, yeah. Flatlined as. Definitely, it has helped a lot having a new coach because, like, Kelly was fantastic. Like, but I feel like not having someone in the same industry as me, being a business owner, really helps. Like heaps. Like, not because like. I see Kelly as a really good mate, as a business friend, as a colleague even in some remarks. And I needed someone who I didn't speak to every day and I could talk to as an athlete. And it was really hard to find that detachment. And I think it goes to show, like, and you guys will probably experience this one day, like, or even Raz as of recent, like he had to leave Beth because he now works with her. He's also her mate. Like there's those lines you've got to draw at some stages in your like athletic career. And I think I had to do that and it's helped. Yeah. Yeah, Team Nori.
Well, what's the biggest change you've experienced since changing? Has it been mentality, like programming, or just attitude?
I love understanding what I'm about to do. Like programming can get super complex, right? People can overcomplicate programs because of the course they did in XPhys or whatever it may be. And I feel like I got really stuck in that. And Tian will happily call me out about that because I did a number of courses with him back in like 2018, 2019. And when I got injured, I was kind of like living my coaching philosophy through what I was being taught or what I was learning and giving them to my own athletes. And like without a doubt, like I drive technique to the cows come home. But the number one thing that has changed the most is with D-Shell. He's actually gotten me back to grassroots programming principles. Like just nailing specificity, frequency, intensity, volume, like all the progressive overload, those really basic things. Like if I showed my program, like it is the most basic, blandest thing ever. There's nothing complicated about it. Like I think my Wednesday session, I do 4x4 on low bar squats at 3 to 4 RPE, and that's it. Like I think I do 2 accessory exercises a week. Like because we're really just starting from, again, a minimal effective volume and we're just building up, finding a response where I don't get too sore and I don't get too tired. It actually lasts like a predictable amount of weeks so I can actually peak for a comp. And then we just rinse and repeat that process. And that's all it is. Like I thought there was this magical answer, but there's actually not. Like it's pretty straightforward. So I think that's the number one change. Just getting back to the programming principles and doing them right.
Yeah,
That's great.
fair.
Thanks, boys.
I get that.
Well, you, Zach, mate. Eh? What's the thing that you're going to change in 2023 that's going to have a positive influence on your nationals campaign?
I think really after nationals, and the start of this year, I think I just woke up and I realized I just need to like back myself more. Like the Nats prep was good. I started to believe in myself a bit more, but I was still having my doubts. And that's when everyone was like getting around me. They started like the sleep paralysis demon shit for me, and just trying to G me up. Because previously, like at pretty much every other comp I'd ever done, I'm like similar to you, James. I kind of like to just go in on the day. I don't really do ammonia. I don't really like have music in my ears. I just kind of enjoy the day as it is. But that's how I also train as well. I'll have like a bit of pre-workout and that's it, and that'll kind of like keep me focused for the day. But after Nats, after like the poor performance I kind of put up, and then the 2 full training blocks that I put up after that, both blocks I started to try and commit to believing in myself more, and then in both blocks I've hit like 2 all-time bench PRs and 2 all-time deadlift PRs. Like the training just kept getting better. Squat took a bit of a hit because I've had like a bit of an SI injury, but like that's going away now, so it's good. Squats have been feeling good again, but yeah, just like believing in myself more. I think I just need to do that because like for the most part, I just kind of treated powerlifting for the most of my life as like an enjoyment sport, and not something that I want to commit more of like my serious effort to. But the past year, now that I can reflect on it, has shown me that like if I really want to, I can like put my best foot forward and like at least try and see what happens if I try super hard.
Just do whatever it takes, eh?
Yeah, that's why I got the tattoo, the whatever it takes. Just to back myself more. I wake up every day, I just happen to look at it and I'm like, fuck it, all right, here we go again. Yeah, and it's like have fun time with training and then do what I can to recover better, like eat better, make sure that I'm like mentally prepared for training, and then.
Do you have it on your right arm because it's the underside of your mixed grip?
That.
Yeah?
And also just because it's like my right hand as well. It's like my dominant hand. So this is what's gonna lead me into everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
the hand you barbecue alone with, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep going. That's it.
All right, James, what are you going to change in 2023 to, I guess, improve upon your nationals campaign?
It's just controlling all the stress variables in my life. So with my master's course, there's a lot more academically intensive. So it's just being ahead of all the assessments I've got to do, especially with Perth Cup coming up and with Worlds. So I just have to make sure I'm really on top of that. But like nutrition-wise, recovery-wise, I feel like I'm pretty on point. Obviously, like more things there's always more things that you can improve on. Like anyone, like I don't know, if you feel like things are on point, I feel like I don't know.
You don't need to change anything.
Yeah, you become stagnant like that. There's always something to learn.
Yeah.
And I just have that mindset for everything, recovery-wise, nutrition-wise, training-wise.
Yeah. So obviously with Worlds being in June, that's around end of semester 1 for you. Yeah. So I guess, how do you prepare, I guess, for Worlds when obviously like you have some pretty intensive exams coming up around that period? Does it literally just come down to as simple as preparation?
Yeah, it's like academics is literally like powerlifting, right? Like you do everything before the exam to set yourself up for success. Otherwise, if you just like, rely on like last week notes or last week flashcards, you're going to fuck yourself. Same thing as like powerlifting, right? Like powerlifting is like literally like building a pyramid. You have to have all your foundations rock solid before you can keep moving on.
Yep.
And I'm just going to apply the same mentality I have into my academics. Just, nailing every day in terms of like studying, controlling all those factors. So when I walk into my exam, I feel confident and that doesn't leak into my training.
Perfect. That's really good. Yeah, it's nice to hear such, I guess, good advice at such a young age, man. Like, I have a lot of respect for that. That's good. You're welcome. It's good. It's actually warming. It's good. All right, so we're going to go into our last segment, 5 minutes. Fast 5. I'm just going to hit questions. All right. You don't know what these are.
Alright, okay.
but you gotta basically answer them within 5 minutes.
Quick answers.
All right.
Okay.
If you were to train for a different sport, what would it be?
I've always had the height for basketball.
Yeah?
Not the height, but like
The heart.
I never. Yeah, I always had the height. Always had the height for basketball. Yeah.
All right, James, in before League of Legends.
Nothing.
Really?
Like, I haven't thought about it at all.
Fuck.
Like, outside of like powerlifting, there's nothing I'm interested in.
Not even weightlifting?
Weightlifting probably, yeah. But like, I don't know, I don't do much else.
When was the last time? Actually, another question. When was the last time you were like full on sprinting, like 100%?
Bruh. I don't know, bro. It's out of my memory, to be honest.
You don't remember?
Oh no, I have like a few nieces, and they outran me, and they're like 6, and I was like actually trying to sprint.
Fuck.
And this was like a month ago, so
Yeah.
don't put me anywhere
like
else
Christmas?
That's
except
crazy.
under a barbell.
Were you quick? Like as a kid? Nah.
No.
Sorry.
I was always dog shit at athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, never was like the creme de la creme of any sports.
Right. Can't be good at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. All right.
Yeah.
What's your guilty post-gym feed?
Zinger box.
Yeah.
Easy
All right,
one.
Yeah, mate.
Zinger box is the easy one.
You know how hard it is to come down this road going past KFC?
Oh yeah, because it's always there.
Man.
Easily Zinger box. If not that, Guzman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Guzman.
I love
It's good.
hitting El Jano when I'm in Sydney. It's always good.
Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
Where's the protein, brother?
I don't need that.
Yeah.
I'm just built different. I
It's a
can run on
life-
anything.
Food is food.
His mum's milk, that's what it is.
I love that shit. That's ironic.
Oh my gosh. I had a friend when I was young, like we're only just starting the gym and he thought, "Oi bro, you know how babies just like put on heaps of weight real quick? It's because they drink the fucking baby formula." So he's shaking up baby formula and drinking baby formula and thinking it would have the same effect on him. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And it didn't work, right?
It didn't work. What is your gamer tag?
Oh, like current one or like old one? Current
Hit
one.
us with both.
Current one is road to 10 times bodyweight total on League. Add me. But my OG one on Xbox Live was Zach your mum. Yeah, Zach your mum. Yeah, because I'm all about that.
You're about that
I'm
life.
all about that life. Like you.
Kono James there.
Yeah.
That's a JoJo reference. But my usual one is Wow Sugoi 6 and 9.
What's that one?
What?
What?
Wow Sugoi 6 and 9.
I'm
Oh,
assuming that's an Asian reference.
Yeah, I'm a degenerate.
Very good. All right, 2 more. What are some nicknames you have for clients and co-workers?
Oh, co-workers. For my boss George, I just call him Georgie Boy. He hates it. Or Big G. Co-workers, I wouldn't say her middle name on the podcast, but I sometimes like to call Beth by her middle name, and she hates it. She doesn't like it very much. I'm not gonna say it.
You
I
serious?
actually won't say it. No.
She gets
You
the
have to
shits.
ask her. Yeah, she hates it. For clients, I have one word that I call all my clients. They're just like it's the R word. Yeah. What do you mean?
R word.
I just call them all retarded.
Bro, I mean, oh,
They're all my clients are just retarded. like there's something with them. Like they make weird decisions. Not even like training wise. It's just like putting on plates weird, or just like making like asking weird questions that like aren't gym related, but they expect me to know the answer sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
just like
You're not just a powerlifting coach,
I
brother.
can't help you. Like
Yeah.
like what do you want me to do? But yeah, no specific nicknames for any of them though. Yeah.
very good. James, nicknames that you have for your clients? You ain't got
I don't
cousins,
have
guess.
any.
Yeah, but what about, where do you work?
Me?
Yeah, do you work? Yeah,
No,
so
just study. I used to work as a therapist.
What, do you have any nicknames? What, do you have a nickname?
No.
None. They just call you James.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's a bit boring. We'll try and think of a nickname for you today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Sloppy Toppy.
I like that.
He like that. Hey, he likes that. What are some unwritten rules of where you work? Obviously, you don't have a job. So, Zach, you can answer for this.
Unwritten rule of where I work. anything that George wants shake-wise or drink-wise, you just have to give it to him. Or like if he wants a coffee, like you have to make sure it's the best fucking coffee you've ever made. Every time I try and do that, it's really shit.
Really?
Like I try making him a coffee. I know George loves me for trying, but like I'll make him a coffee and then he'll have a sip of it and he'll be like, thanks, Zach. And then a couple of minutes later, he brings it back and he's like, sorry, Zach, it's actually really shit. I just wanted to say it to be nice.
What is his coffee order?
I can't even remember. It's an almond
Baby Chino
cap. Almond cap, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But
and you
I'm
just give
shit.
it a good crack and that's it.
Yeah, I'm so shit at making coffee, man. I'm terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty shit too. James left his downstairs half full.
Yeah.
No, it was quite nice. I just forgot about it.
Thanks, bro.
But yeah.
Any unwritten rules at Omega? Don't shit with the door open.
No, that's mandatory.
You
There's no rules at Omega. It's literally jungle. No one has an obligation to their clients. No one has an obligation to Omega as like an employee. So we just run amok.
You hear that here first. Join up at Omega. Do what you want.
Straight out, brother.
All right, sick. I think that wraps it up, boys. We're gonna go get some Thai food before we train. But just want to say thanks for coming on. Obviously this was quite underprepared, but I think we did a pretty good job. And I think is this the first time you've both been? Or you've been on the podcast before?
Yeah, Performation.
And first time?
On this one, yeah, I've been on. I was on Kelvin's Daily Hustle podcast like a couple years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah. Have you been on that? No, you haven't been on
Nah, they stopped doing it. It was him and Nikki.
that. No, it was just Kelvin. Just Kelvin running that.
Okay.
Nikki was just on a separate episode. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sad I didn't get to take your podcast virginity, but I'm glad you both are here. So
You can take the other one.
yeah.
Does the time have to be limited?
What are we at? I think about 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
I just want to do hot takes.
Hot takes.
We can do hot takes.
We
All right.
go
I
around.
want to hear your hot take. I want to hear Benny Roberts. I want to hear yours first.
My hot take.
Just any hot takes in powerlifting.
Hot take.
Anything. People need to stop fucking around with technique and just put on muscle.
Bro,
It's the lowest hanging
what
fruit.
was I doing down there with you?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, that's different. Shit. But like, this mainly applies on like bench.
Yeah.
You know, bench. Everyone wants to be a technician. Like
Yeah.
you look at their figure, it's like, bro, you need some fucking
yeah,
muscle.
yeah.
Think about it. You're the coach.
Yeah, well, I get caught up with it quite a fair bit. I think it's just because of who I am, because I miss on technique. Because I wouldn't say I'm fucking underdeveloped, shut up. But I definitely need more tits, but it's because I'm so strung out. You know what I mean? Like I'm long. And like that's part of the reason as to why I'm underdeveloped, and therefore I can't go up because I'm already at 85 kilos, right? Like if I was to put on any more muscle, it'd make it harder for me to fucking go up. Or stay down, sorry. But yeah, like that's a good take. Yeah, like I think a lot of people are caught up in techniques, particularly if you're like a sub 450 dots lifter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if you're caught around that area and your bench isn't like suboptimal, then like yeah, for sure, putting some more muscle on will definitely help. Your tits have grown a fair bit. Do you reckon that's helped a bit?
Yeah, probably. Like, because I did so much like bodybuilding training prior, like I think I came into it like not at a loss really, and it was more just like learning how to move properly,
Yeah.
like how to get into a good position and hold a good position.
Yeah.
But then yeah, definitely like just benching like 4 days a week, 5 days a week for like over a year, it's definitely developed my tits. But, yeah.
For sure. What do you reckon, Zach?
About the putting on more muscle? Yeah, I agree. After Nats, like literally the same night after I finished Nats, I was like talking to Beth and I was like, hey, like I have ideas on what we can do to change program. And she was like, yeah, I do too. Let's talk about it. And then, yeah, we literally just went away from like all the max grip comp pressing. And then we just have one actual comp bench day, just slam that with volume. Second bench session of the week is like, it's all dumbbell bench and it's like all heavy. So I just go hard on that. Day 3 bench is just all close grip with heaps of volume. Yep. And then day 4 is like just like a little primer day. It's like 3x2 extended pause, but it's like heavy-ish. So it just gets me ready to comp grip again. But because prior to that, I didn't have much bench volume, not as much pressing in general.
Yep.
But yeah, we just started doing more reps, try and add more weight. And yeah, I actually feel bigger when I bench now. So yeah, and like I said, I've hit 2 back-to-back bench PRs at the end of each block, so something's working.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, good. I think I might have a hot take saved.
You have a hot takes.
Saved, yeah.
Nice.
This one's
You
safe.
screenshot them, right? Like people put up stories and you screenshot them into like, we'll talk about that another time.
Oh yeah, like the animes and stuff.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I got one.
You got a hot take?
Yeah. So my hot take, it's not that crazy, but it's like just being better. Like just be better.
Yep.
Like people get caught up. Like I've been there before, where it's like you're good at like 1 or 2 lifts, and then like me, for instance, like I've always just struggled with like my deadlifts, and I've just been like, oh, I'm just like not good at deadlifting. But then it just like in the last block or something, I saw someone's Instagram story, and they were like, I was in that same position, and they were just like, just be better, like just don't. Like,
The bottom line.
Stop giving yourself an excuse and saying that you're not good at this lift.
Yep.
And just be better at it.
For sure.
Like you know what I mean. So
It's like me and bench, yeah. Fucking
literally just be better.
just be better. That's good.
It's literally just like I don't know. I feel like if you think like that, you're just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
Like if you have that thought internalized where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna be good at this XYZ lift. Like you're gonna naturally fall into a state of like doing things that don't promote
Yep.
that lift.
Yeah.
It's like if you think you're shit at bench, you're not gonna try hard on your accessories for bench because you think it won't even increase it.
Yeah.
All right. This is my one. So if a block was successful, right? And this is what I hate the most is when people change the block after a successful block and they don't repeat the block that they just did. Like that pisses me off so much because if I say, for example, send a program through to an athlete and they get fucking strong from it, like I think I see it as 2 options. Either A, you deload or you wave load, okay, like into the next block, or you 2, you repeat it or you just basically like drop the reps by 1 or 2, depending if the top set like was like a set of 4 or a set of 3 or something like that. But a lot of coaches, what they do wrong is they just scrap the entire thing and then they jump straight into a new block and they just do something that's completely different. And I think that is the worst thing that you can do. And this is where like traditional periodization is an issue because people used to be like, okay, volume, strength, peak. And then like they'd have this systemic approach when really it should all be the same all the way through because you create predictability because some people respond really well to, I guess, strength rep ranges or volume rep ranges compared to others. It's literally all about just repeating that process the entire time. And I'm sorry, clients out there or people who are looking for a coach or looking at their programming and questioning, why am I doing the same thing? It's because it probably works. So therefore, don't change it. That's my pet peeve or hot take, I guess. Is it a hot take? It's not that hot.
I don't know. I think it's just like
I think that's
optimizing programming.
yeah. I think it's a regular take, but it's a good point to bring up.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in the day, I'd like just old school programming. Like I do the exact same shit, like volume, strength, peak. like it worked in some regards, like as a newbie lifter. But then after a while, it was just like what am I doing? Like why do things keep changing every like 4 weeks, like when they don't have to? And then it was only when I started with Beth, and then she taught me that like keeping a very similar microcycle, block to block, and even like training cycle to training cycle, comp to comp, can like actually help you find out what's working, what's not working. And only when we use the markers of like a comp, for example, like we can see, maybe this didn't work in the comp prep. Let's try it again. Let's try something else for the next comp prep. But yeah, I think it was a good take, Potts. Like like more people need to realize that like if you're doing the same thing week in, week out, and things are going well, you actually don't have to change it.
Yeah.
Like you just see how well you can run it and see how far you can take it.
People who overthink things tend to be not very good powerlifters.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Oh, that's a hot take.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
Smooth brain, always smooth brain.
You got to be smooth brain, man.
It's like, yeah, if you hire a coach, they're doing the thinking for you.
They do, Brandon. You just got to do.
Yeah, all you need to do is just execute and control your variable.
I've got not a hot take, but a just in report. Jason Derulo just shared our fucking video.
What? Jason Derulo.
The bench one.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Josie Saunders.
Jason Derulo,
Yeah,
bro. Look at him. He's got crutches?
Nice.
The motherfucker didn't even tag me. Fuck. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna get to Ty because we're running late, and I'm gonna be the one to blame. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for coming on. As I said before, I really appreciate you both. Have a lot of respect for you both, and I'm sure Benny does as well. Do you, mate?
Oh yeah.
But
Come up to 74, mate. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure we'll get you guys back on the show another time. But yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed today's episode. I'm sorry if it didn't make out for what I wanted to be. James and I, we already got over our biff at the start. But yeah, we'll see you guys in our next episode. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. See you in the next one. Thanks for having us, Potts.
Bye.